brought it out, and Martinez. But he is saying now it was suspended, but we knew nothing about it. But he is saying that it was in the news. Not true. Lisa is a journalist. She works in the media. She would have known if it was in the news. So he says the housing project in Rock Hall is continuing. So Lisa asks a question. As a CIP project, he responds, it is continuing, and refuses to provide any further information. So Lisa asks again, as a CIP project, and he refuses, you know. And you see, that's the thing about it. In other words, he does not owe us an explanation. He does not owe it to us to provide details. I always say, ladies and gentlemen, when a media worker speaks to a public official and they ask them questions, they are doing so on our behalf. Because as you can quite rightly detect, some of the information Lisa already knew. So much so that when he said to her, that what contract, almost to suggest that there was no contract, she was able to cite what contract it was. She was able to tell him the start date that was cited on the contract. So she had some information. So it was for our benefit that those questions were being asked. But as usual, as always, it is not our business. And so let us take a look at the current state of that housing project, you know, as of last week, because here it is continuing. And he went further to say to Lisa that when she asked if it is, when she continued to press him to ask if it is a CIP project, he said the government will be doing it. Okay, so the government of St. Lucia is supposed to be in that highly touted housing project that should have taken place in Rock Hall to build some high-class 66 apartments and units, commercial units, and a recreational facility. Let us take a look at the site currently, as of last week, to see exactly what has taken place there, what has been done there, and the fact that right now nothing is happening there. Take a look at this next week. That one. Yes, folks, this is the Rock Hall housing project that should have started in February 2024. Of course, should have been completed in June of 2025. So by now, solutions were expecting, based on the bluff that was fed to them, that they would have been occupying a fine brand new premise, some 66 apartments and some commercial units to go with it. You see, and that is the kind of bluff that are perpetrated on St. Lucians that our government continue to pull on us. You know? Yeah. So the 66 apartment units and 14 commercial units, 66 apartments and 14 commercial units and the recreational facility is nowhere to be seen. Another bluff, another lie, another statement made by government shrouded in secrecy. They try to keep you away from the details. And that is because in the first place they engaged this controversial company I told you about, BMAX LLC, that was embroiled in all kinds of scandals, and then when it was brought to light, okay, they and so on. And it amazes me how they get themselves, like I said before, entangled and embroiled with all of those shady characters and engaging in all those shady deals on behalf of the people of St. Lucia. Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw once again the deceit, the secrecy, the lies, and the condescending attitude that the government of St. Lucia, especially the Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre, what they perpetrate on us as a people. So, ladies and gentlemen, for this episode of SLP. That was secrets, lies, and propaganda as demonstrated by the government of St. Lucia, the government of the St. Lucia Labour Party. I ask that you stay tuned, for when we return, I will delve, as I promised, into the events of yesterday, where the United Workers' Party hosted their major rally in the village of Mico. So please stay tuned and join us in a short while.
Looking for the best way to advertise? Stop searching. Hot 7 TV gives you more reach, more impact, and more value. Get your business in front of the right audience and watch your sales soar. Don't miss out. Call 6040 today and take advantage of our exclusive advertising packages. Hot 7 TV, smart advertising for smart business.
Now you can take FM and Hot 7 TV with you wherever you go. Whether you're in St. Lucia or exploring our four corners of the globe, our record-breaking app has already been downloaded over 500,000 times on Google Play and the Apple App Store. To bring you the best in HD sound, we've relaunched a brand new app for free in the App Store by simply searching Caribbean Hot FM HD. Listen to us in real time, anywhere, any place, anytime. We've added so many cool new features, like our live studio option for you, your favorite announcers and DJs at work. So download the app today. It's free. Spread the news. It's now in around the world on the Hot FM app. Don't miss out. Join the fun and stay connected.
From your desk to your table, whether you're on the job or taking a well-deserved break, get the top stories and breaking news all in one place. Join us Monday to Friday at 12 p.m. for Hot 7 Midday News, bringing you the latest headlines from St. Lucia and around the region. Stay connected, stay informed, only on Hot 7 TV.
Did you know that while you're busy with your day, important news is breaking all around you? From politics to weather updates, community stories, and breaking news. Hot 7 TV keeps you informed with news every hour on the hour. Don't wait. Stay ahead. Stay informed with Hot 7 TV St. Lucia. News notes on the hour. Stay updated wherever you are. Catch Hot 7 TV St. Lucia's news every hour on the air, on our mobile app, and on our website.
Your desk to your lunch table, whether you're or taking a break, get the top stories and breaking news all in one place. Join us Monday to Friday at 12 p.m. for Hot 7 Midday News, bringing you the latest headlines from St. Lucia and around the region. Stay connected, stay informed, only on Hot 7 TV. Looking for the best way to advertise? Stop searching. Hot 7 TV gives you more reach, more impact, and more value. Get your business in front of the right audience and watch your sales soar. Don't miss out. Call 526040 today. Take advantage of our exclusive advertising packages. Hot 7 TV. Smart advertising. Smart businesses.
Now you can take Hot FM, Kiss FM TV with you wherever you go, whether you're or exploring four corners of the globe. Our record-breaking app has already been downloaded over 1,000,000 times on Google Play and the Apple App Store. To bring you the best in HD, we've relaunched a brand new app. Get it for free in the App Store by simply searching Caribbean Hot FM HD. Listen to us in anywhere, any place, any. Added so many cool new features, like our live in-studio option, where you can see your favorite announcers and DJs at work. So download the app today. It's free. Spread the news. St. Lucia is now in HD around the world on the Hot FM app. Don't miss out. Join the fun and stay connected.
From your desk to your whether you're on the job or taking a well break, get the top stories and breaking news all in one place. Join us Monday to Friday at 12 p.m. for Hot 7 Midday News, bringing you the latest headlines from St. Lucia and around the region. Stay connected, stay informed, only on Hot 7 TV. For the best way to advertise, stop searching. 7 TV gives you more reach, more impact, and more value. Get your business in front of the right audience and watch your sales soar. Don't miss out. Call 452-6040 today and take advantage of our exclusive advertising packages. Hot 7 TV, smart advertising for smart businesses.
Now you can FM, Kiss FM and Hot TV with you wherever you go. Whether you're in St. Lucia or exploring our four corners of the globe, our record-breaking app has already been downloaded over 500,000 times on Google Play and the Apple App Store. Bring you the best in HD sound. We've relaunched a brand new app. Get it for free in the App Store by simply searching Caribbean Hot FM HD. Listen to us in real time, any place, anytime. Added so many live in. You can see your dancers and DJs at work. So download the app today. It's free. Spread the news. Is now around the world on the Hot FM app. Don't miss out. Join the fun and stay connected.
Welcome back to Like It Is. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying tuned. And I want to thank those of you who are watching via television, Hot 7 TV, those who are listening on Kiss FM, those who are on Facebook, those who are tuned in via the Caribbean Hot 7 app. And I'm pleased to announce tonight that you can also tune in via YouTube. And our YouTube page is Caribbean Hot 7 TV News, where you can also get Like It Is tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess this is the first time you'll be able to get us on YouTube, but as of now, you can always go to Caribbean Hot 7 TV News and you will find us on YouTube. As I promised, we would do a little review on what transpired yesterday. And the United Workers' Party had the historic, widely spoken about rally that took place in the Mico village yesterday, where they presented their full slate of 17 candidates. First and foremost, there was the question, what was the crowd like? From my vantage point, a massive crowd. There are those who, of course, will tell you, for their own purposes, that there were very few people there. Some people presented some shots, and those shots were clearly taken very early in the afternoon before the crowd had accumulated. But I can tell you, by any measure, it was a massive crowd of thousands of St. Lucians gathered there, predominantly in their yellow color, and the United Workers' Party certainly made a very strong statement yesterday. They gave a clear indication that in St. Lucia today, yellow is the code. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to show you a little snippet so you can get an idea of what the crowd looked like, because I don't want to just say to you, I want you to see for yourself, because this is something that is always argued. Now, I will not venture into hazarding a guess because I'm very poor at estimating, but I will want you to get a glimpse of it for yourself so that you can come to your own conclusion. So when the debate rages on as to what the crowd looked like, you would have had a visual on it. And you know, today with technology, when the opponents, the opponents or the detractors will tell you this is AI. Well, I will tell you for sure, if they tell you this is AI, it is certainly actual images, it is certainly actual individuals that were present there. So I'm trying to queue up a photo of what the crowd looked like for you. So if you can just bear with me, so you can take a look for yourself. Here's a cross-section of the crowd that was in Micoud last night. So that should give you an idea. That should give you an idea of what the crowd in Micoud was like. Certainly very heartening, and I'm sure the hierarchy, the leadership of the United Workers' Party would have been very pleased with the turnout, and it certainly is a statement that was made by St. Lucians as far as their feelings about what is taking place in this country, and certainly it is an indication of the fortunes of the United Workers' Party come the next general election. What this was really about, ladies and gentlemen, the United Workers' Party, in promising to present their full slate of 17 candidates, they decided that, they would, we presented to the public 12 endorsed candidates. And so yesterday, they presented a further 5 candidates who were officially endorsed at the site of the occasion. And so, for your benefit, let me just let you know, those of you who have not been following, who those 5 candidates were that were endorsed last night to complete the slate of 17. We had, for Vieux Fort North, the endorsed candidate is Calix Kakal Xavier. He is going to be doing battle for the United Workers' Party in the constituency of Vieux Fort North, hoping to create history, since this is a seat that has never been captured by the United Workers' Party. The next candidate I'll present to you that was endorsed last night was from the constituency of Dennery South, and that is Benson Emile, who seemed to be a very popular individual at the community level, and of course popularly referred to as Ben for the Den, and he will be the one doing battle for the United Workers' Party in the constituency of Dennery South come the next general election. And if we come a little further up north now, where in Castries South, where Tommy Descat, another newcomer, will be doing battle for the United Workers' Party in the constituency of Castries South, and he will be hoping to unseat Ernest Hilaire, who is the Deputy Prime Minister and the Deputy Political Leader of the St. Lucia Labour Party. So Tommy Descat, the endorsed candidate for Castries South. The next constituency is Castries North, and we had yet another newcomer, Mr. Stephen Favrier, and he will be coming up against Stevenson King, who claims to be an independent candidate, and as well Marcellus Steed, who is known as Bax, who is also an independent candidate. The St. Lucia Labour Party is trying to pull a similar stunt to what they did last election, where they are claiming that they are not filling in a candidate. However, they are working in direct collaboration with Stevenson King. This time, the public knows that for sure. They will not be able to pull wool over the eyes of the public any more longer. And just to let you know that Marcellus Steed is also a member of the St. Lucia Labour Party, who attempted to become the candidate for the Labour Party. Since the Labour Party went into that special arrangement with the so-called independent Stevenson King, he has going on his own, and he is going to represent the St. Lucia Labour Party as an independent candidate. The next constituency is the constituency of Barbono. And we know that it is Titus Spreville who is the endorsed candidate for the constituency of Barbono, and Titus will be going up against a new candidate, since Virginia Albert, who is the current sitting rep, who was fired by the St. Lucia Labour Party, I guess an admission of her lack of performance or poor performance. And interestingly, the candidate who was beaten by Titus Previll in his bid to become the United Workers' Party candidate is now the St. Lucia Labour Party candidate. So the second fiddle for the UWP becomes the head cornerstone for the SLP. So let's see how that pans out. Doesn't speak too well for the depth, you know, and variety that is within, resources that lies within the St. Lucia Labour Party. You have a former UWP Stephenson King that they're depending on, and so as a result, they didn't want to send Marcella Steed, who is going as an independent. They're doing the same in Castries Central with Richard Frederick, and here they have another UWP. So quite a lot of UWPs are running for the St. Lucia Labour Party in this election, a party that is claiming that they can win 17 seats, but they cannot come up with 17 candidates. And so much so, even among the few candidates that they can come up with, which is 15, they have had to replace some of their sitting candidates because they themselves are admitting to themselves that those candidates have failed and that they don't stand a chance. So, ladies and gentlemen, the 5 who completed the slate of 17 candidates, and I just want to, at this point in time, show you who the 17 candidates are, because with that 5, we already had 12. So I want to look at the 17 candidates, because apart from that 5, like I said, there were already some 12 other candidates who were endorsed. So if you can put up a picture for me of the full slate of the 17 candidates that were on stage last night in Micoud, as I go through the names of the various candidates and what constituency they are vying for. So could you put up the clip with the 17 candidates for me, please? Okay, we seem to be having some difficulty with that clip. Okay, there you go, there you go. This is a shot of the 17 candidates presented by the United Workers' Party last night. And just to let you know who they are, all 17, we have Marcella Johnson for Gosile, Titus Previll for Barbono, Stephen Favre, Castries North, Rush Clark, Castries Central, Peter Chico, Castries East, Tommy Descat, South, Guy Joseph, Castries Southeast, Dominic Fede, Ancillary Canneries, Herod Stanislaus, Soufre Fonse Jacques, Bradley Felix, Swazel Saltibus, Laura Jean-Pierre Noel, Labrie Auger, Bradley Marcel Fulgence, Denry North, Benson Emil, Denry South, Elisha Norbert, Micoud North, Calix Kakal Xavier, Vieux-Fort North, and Liana Johannes Paul Lady Lee, Vieux-Fort South. So that makes up the complement of 17 formidable candidates presented to the nation by the United Workers' Party. Of course, needless to tell you, the leader is Alan Chastanet, who is the sitting representative for Micoud South, will be once again contesting in that constituency for Micoud South and hoping to become the next Prime Minister of St. Lucia with his formidable, impressive team come the next general election. And before I move on, let me just say that was indeed the highlight where the United Workers' Party demonstrated their readiness. They put a haphazard team together. They were able to string up an impressive slate of 17 candidates and to show that they are in fact ready. More impressive than what the St. Lucia Labour Party, who is the sitting government, were able to do. And I think that is heartening to know that the alternative government, especially given what obtains here in St. Lucia today, the need for a change, that they are in fact ready and up to the task, up to the challenge. But I was also very impressed with the fact that one of the highlights of the event that took place yesterday was the presentation by the political leader, the Honorable Alan Chastanet, of 7 policies to save our St. Lucia. 7 SOS. 7 policies to save our St. Lucia. And if I can just go through the policies so that those of you who are not there and who are not listening can just become familiar with it. I will go number one. The United Workers' Party, when they get into government, will introduce the border control. Okay, they will introduce a border control and expansion of the K9 unit. So that's a security measure right there to, do something about the high crime rate that we have in St. Lucia. They will improve border control, and they will rather reintroduce the border control, and they will expand the K9 unit that has been disbanded, that dogs have been murdered and everything taking place right now. Then the second measure will be that a United Workers' Party will remove the 2.5% levy which was imposed on the backs of St. Lucian by the St. Lucia Labour Party in a most clandestine, dishonest, deceitful manner, where they told you it was a levy that was being imposed for security and health, only to find out that it was in fact a condition for them to secure a loan from a regional bank. And so they lied to you on that occasion. Besides lying to you, with the 2.5% levy that has made cost of living even much higher than it would have been, you saw a marked decline in security and a worsening in the situation as far as health is concerned here in this country. Number three, a United Workers' Party government will remove the dam dredging fee for residents of the South. Now, let me just give you a brief explanation on this. The government of St. Lucia, when Alan Chastanet was Prime Minister, imposed a dam dredging fee on people's water bill. And that small fee would go to raising funds for the dredging of the Roseau Dam. Alan Chastanet and the United Workers' Party is saying that the Roseau Dam supplies only the North with water, and as a result of this, it is unfair to people in the South who will not be benefiting in any manner, any fashion from that Roseau Dam, that they should not be part of those paying for the dredging fee, and so they will be exempted from paying the dredging fee, which will result in a decrease in the bills for people of the South. So people of the South will no longer have to pay the dam dredging fee that is for the residents of the South. The next one, is it number four? Number four, yes. Okay, number four, a United Workers' Party government will introduce national health insurance coverage for all. And that is something, as you know, that the United Workers' Party had been working on in the previous administration, and they will continue to ensure that in this term, when returned to government, they will introduce a national health insurance for all St. Lucians. And I think I heard the Prime Minister, or the Prime Minister in waiting, Alan Chastanet, mention that that should be up to a sum of $75,000 coverage for health. And that, I think, will go a long way in alleviating the fears, concerns, and hardship of St. Lucians when they find themselves afflicted with any serious illness, that they will not have to worry about accessing healthcare and affording healthcare. Number five, the United Workers' Party government will reduce gas prices within 30 days of assuming office. So, within 30 days of becoming the government of St. Lucia, drivers, commuters, everyone who makes use of gas will get some reprieve, because they have been complaining about the high cost of gas, despite the fact that at the international level, the price of oil is low, but at the pumps here in St. Lucia, the price of gas is kept artificially high by the government, while they extort St. Lucians and take money from the pockets of St. Lucian for the coffers of government. Instead, the government is saying they will give you a reprieve, they will lower the price of gas, so that extra money will stay in your pocket. Next one, number six. The United Workers' Party, when in government, will introduce, well, I think we have said that already, national health insurance coverage. We have gone over that one. So is there any, I think the one that was not mentioned, banana farmers, a pension to banana farmers? Yes. Okay, no. Well, we are not done this one either. United Workers' Party will introduce free tertiary education at the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. So, in other words, ladies and gentlemen, every student who attends the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College would no longer have to worry about tuition fees, not have to pay any fees. It would not cost them anything. Their tertiary education at the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College will be actually free of charge. And if I'm not mistaken, my information is that there is some roughly 2,300 students at Sir Arthur. Who knows, perhaps by the time the United Workers' Party forms the next government, by next year or so, the numbers might go up, but it is in the region of 2,300. And all of the 2,300 students will be getting free tertiary education. What I like about this is all. And so there's no discrimination based on color or affiliation. The last one is the UWP will pay pension to banana farmers who did not pay NIC. Now, we know that much of our country was, built and depended on the backs of the banana industry and the farmers who built that industry. But many of those farmers are now aged, they can't work no more, but they have nothing to fall back on because they were not NIC contributors. And so, we are saying that despite the fact that they did not contribute to the NIC, the United Workers' Party government will make it possible for them to earn a pension so that they can be cared for as an appreciation and a payback for what they have done, the contribution they have made in building this country in the days of Green Gold. So, ladies and gentlemen, so far, those are 7 steps to SOS. 7 of the steps to save our St. Lucia as enunciated by the United Workers' Party at that massive rally in Micoud yesterday. And I must say, that made it all the more impressive because they have already begun to unfold before us, what their plans and policies are to make our lives better in this country. And they are assuring you that as the campaign continues, you will be hearing more of their plans and policies for this country, and they will be elaborating on the details and exactly how they will roll out those plans and policies for the benefit of St. Lucians. So I will want to hear, the views, the impression, the feedback from St. Lucians around the island in terms of what their impression on what transpired yesterday. Because I have my own views. I think it was very impressive. The massive crowd, for one, was impressive. The slate of the 17 candidates was impressive. People from diverse backgrounds, from all walks of life, with experience and competencies that can be put to use for the benefit of this country. And of course, the honorable leader, Alan Chastanet, the political leader, enunciating some of the plans thus far. Now, I know they have put out other plans before at the convention. Some were put out, so much so that the St. Lucia Labour Party has copied some of the ideas. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you don't have ideas, others who do have ideas, and you realize that those ideas can make a difference and it makes sense, well, you copy it, even if you don't give them credit. But like, for example, the passport, bringing the passport back to 10 years, which is a plan that the UWP had, because the St. Lucia Labour Party took it from 10 years to 5 years, but the UWP said they would return it to 10 years. The SLP ran ahead and did it. However, the UWP is saying when they do come into office, it will be back to 10 years for man, woman, and child. As of now, I think children are exempted. It will still be 5 years for children, but it will be across the board with the United Workers' Party. I think I have a caller online. Yes, let me listen to my caller. Good evening. Who do I have online here? Hello?
Good evening.
Hello, good evening. Yes.
Good evening, Mr. Monteith. How are you doing?
Yes, good evening to you. I would like to ask you the first question. Were you in Micoud yesterday?
Of course. How could I miss that?
Okay. What were your impressions on what transpired? First of all, let me ask you a direct question. What did you think of the turnout at the rally yesterday?
Oh man, this was a massive turnout. Our people really were energized and they presented themselves. They ensured that they were there.
Okay. And what do you think of the split of 17 candidates that were presented to the population of St. Lucia by the leader, the political leader, Honorable Alan Chasley?
Oh, of course, we have a very team. We have a team. We are organized. We energized. We're ready. So whenever the elections are called, we are prepared to serve the people of St. Lucia.
And what would you say was the highlight of the evening for you yesterday?
But for me, I could tell you it's about the tribute to Sir John. We were in Weecood, and it actually set the tone for the evening for me, remembering him on the passing September 7th.
Yes, that was an aspect of the evening where a tribute was paid to Sir John. Yes, I said that for me, the highlight was the 7 policies. For you, it was the tribute to Sir John, and you are quite right. A very, somber but impressive tribute was paid to Sir John.
Yes, just because it set the tone, but of course the 7 policies to save our St. Lucia.
That's right.
This was the punch. Everybody was excited,
right.
To end the meeting on a high.
I totally agree with you. As you know, Sir John is well deserving of the recognition and the honor, because not only was he the founder, one of the founders of the United Workers' Party, served the party very well, but also served our country tremendously well, so much so that we all agree across the board that he is the father of the nation. So I want to thank you for, sharing your views on yesterday with us. Is there anything else you wanted to mention about yesterday?
Well, no, but I just want to give a message to St. Lucians. We've started something powerful, but we can only finish it with each and every one of us. So join us, become a member of the party, and continue to support our movement. Okay. Together, we can save our St. Lucia.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for sharing your views with us. We do appreciate
Welcome.
it. Yes, have a good night. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I will try to get as many people sharing their views on yesterday as possible. We want your feedback. I've given you mine. So, you will have your opportunity to call it and to tell it like it is, because this is what we do here on this program. But let me just say that the United Workers' Party is demonstrating that they are ready. That's the most effective I have seen the United Workers' Party as an opposition. We know the United Workers' Party always distinguishes itself in government, but as an opposition, that's the best I have seen the United Workers' Party. And it's very heartening to know that, they are ahead of the game and they are already prepared for the next general election. Not just prepared for the politics involved, but they have prepared themselves to govern. And that's what's important, because we saw the St. Lucia Labour Party engaging in all kinds of political activities, but when it came to governing, they didn't seem to have a plan, as been revealed in the area of national security, as has been revealed in the area of health. I think we'll hear from another caller right now on the impression that was had from the rally in Mako. Good evening. Welcome to Like It Is.
Yes, good evening.
Yes.
Brother, I just have to say, this is Senator Harrow. It was exceptional. There is no word that can adequately describe what we saw yesterday with the amount of yellow that was on the field. So it shows that the United Workers' Party is ready to lead, ready to take charge, and the people of St. Lucia are seeing this. I say that the Labour Party has made statements about this was AI and those run when we see the numbers. We know that the United Workers' Party is going to right the wrong, and the people know that. So I was happy to see all of our candidates. I was happy to see the movement. I was happy to feel the power of the United Workers' Party. And the fact that we have men and women there who the community believes in and knows is ready to lead.
Do you can identify yourself, caller?
This is Senator Joshua Harrow.
Okay, Senator Joshua Harrow, a United Workers' Party senator. And so what was your impression of the crowd, first of all?
The crowd was massive, Spider. It was massive. And the fact that I don't think the picture did it justice because we just caught the field. But there were so many people by the road as well.
Yeah, well, that's a fact. Quite apart from the massive crowd on the field, I can attest to that there were many people standing outside the fence of the grounds, but watching from the road. There was a massive crowd there as well. And so it was a turnout that would please anyone. And let me just say this. I believe that the leadership of the United Workers' Party could not have asked for more. That was a very impressive turnout. But for you as a young man, well, you saw the slate of 17 candidates presented. Of course, like you indicated, you're pleased with the massive crowd that was there. The tribute to Sir John. I mean, you as a younger person, you probably would not have been so as familiar as people like myself with the work of Sir John. And so on. What did that mean to you?
It meant a lot. I think that a lot of us forget the development and the historical components of the United Workers' Party. And to have this in the community that Sir John represented and led the United Workers' Party, it made a huge difference to see us come out in numbers as we regain control of the country from the National Labour Party. It shows that the spirit of John Compton lives in every single level, every single aspect of leadership in the United Workers' Party. It shows that we are carrying on the work of Sir John Compton and continuing to develop the future. Okay.
Well, you have anything else you want to say? Do you want to make any predictions for the upcoming general elections?
I don't need to make no prediction, but this election is going to go to the United Workers' Party because the United Workers' Party shows that it cares. The United Workers' Party has shown that we are going to right, and the United Workers' Party has amazing and exceptional leadership. It's time to ring.
Time to ring the bell. Okay. Well, I hope the Prime Minister is listening, and I know that was a theme at one of the themes at the rally last night, and a call for the Prime Minister to ring the bell. That is how ready the United Workers' Party is. I want to thank you for making your contribution to Like It Is tonight. We do appreciate sharing your insights on last night with us.
No problem.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I was saying that with that massive crowd that was there, very impressive. I believe that one of the things it says is that St. Lucians are beginning to take a stand and to make a statement and let it be known how they feel about what obtains in the country today. Because in the past, normally UWP supporters are more docile, more passive supporters, but you saw yesterday that they came out in their numbers and they were showing their support openly for the United Workers' Party because the vast majority of people who were present were decked in yellow, and they were making the statement that yellow is the code. I want to speak to someone from the South right now to share his view on what he thought about what transpired yesterday. Good evening, welcome to Like It Is.
Good evening, brother.
What part of the country are you speaking from?
Micoud South.
Micoud South. It's the area where the rally was held and the constituency being held by the leader of the opposition, Honorable Alan Shasley. Yeah, what were your impressions about yesterday? First of all, what do you think about the turnout yesterday?
Well, to be honest with you, I am not the type of person that will judge based on crowd. But if I must say, going through that crowd yesterday, the sentiment of the people was not that of the usual crowd that you will get in a political rally. Okay, it was one where people were quite vocal as to, this appointment with the St. Lucia Party, and the number of persons, I can tell you, it's like everybody was with one voice, as to the dissatisfaction with this party. It's just something that everybody, almost everybody, if they're not a Labour Party supporter, is finding themselves in one way or the other, dissatisfied with what's going on today.
Okay. And, I believe that as a party in opposition, and you know that UWP, let's be honest, are the more docile set, the really aggressive type and so on, and the more laid back, but the way in which they came out certainly made a statement, and I think you're quite right. It expressed the sentiments that exist right now among the people of St. Lucia.
But if I just play at one thing, Spider, on the SOS point.
Right.
And I can tell you, I still consider myself a young person growing up, trying to set up my own little business and things. Mm-hmm. And I can tell you, I went to the government for correction, and I was expecting, duties off from the 2.5% and these things. Mm-hmm. Until Spider, the PS or whoever it is that gave me the concession gave me 100% waiver import duties on the equipment that I was bringing in. Mm-hmm. So, as everything else, I was happy. Mm-hmm. At least, even if I'm paying the 2.5 but under VAT, but I would not pay the import duties.
Right.
All to find out when I reach in front of my broker, the broker is telling me, what are you doing with that? Mm-hmm. The gentleman opened a book and he showed me that, look, these equipment that you are bringing in, it automatic comes with zero import duties. Mm-hmm. And I was like, but for the PS or whoever it is, have to give me concession. They have to look at what machine I'm bringing in and what duties that comes with those machines to give me the concession. And that tells me how wicked these people could be. Because for them to give me 100% waiver on import duties as concession, it means that they would have to look through the book to see what. And to add insult to injury, not too long after that, I'm hearing an investor coming down, and they removed the 2.5% for him. So what about me, the local? These are the kind of things that is affecting a lot of people like Muse, agro processors, and this kind of, these are affecting us, and people to speak right now, and people are coming out.
Yeah. These are
we need to right the wrong for sure.
We need to right the wrong, certainly. And it looks like St. Lucians, share view, and they are demonstrating that they are ready to right the wrong. And so, what would you say was your highlight of the event yesterday?
For me, the SOS.
The SOS.
I think is on point. I think when the Labour Party supporters would say, normally would say we have plans, we have no ideas and whatever. That 7-point plan should put everyone doubt in St. Lucia that the United Workers' Party has something to offer. And not just something, but something new. Something that the Labour Party themselves has no idea of, So when you think, hey, there's nothing else that a party can do, look, 7 points came out, and I can tell you they can touch everybody in this country, these 7 points.
Okay. Well, thanks for sharing your views with us on the event that took place yesterday as we do our review on what St. Lucians think, what the people are saying as far as that is concerned. I'm waiting to hear from others. I want to hear from people up north as well, what you thought of yesterday, because we saw people from all walks of life, not just UWPs, but St. Lucians by and large across the board, showing up yesterday to demonstrate their support, or is it their disgust with what is taking place right now? One or the other, I'm not sure, but certainly the UWP responded well in showing that they are in fact ready themselves by presenting their 17 and even enunciating some of the policies that they will implement. So I have another caller here I want to bring on here to, share with us his views on what transpired yesterday, what were your impressions, what did you think, and how did you assess the situation in Micoud yesterday? Hello, caller?
Hello?
Yes. You want to first divulge to us who you are?
Yes, Spider, I'm Herman Gill Francis.
Okay, Herman Gill Francis, and for you,
Yeah, former
my
minister.
the former Minister of National Security. I know that you were in Mikud yesterday. I saw you. And so in case you told someone else you're in trouble now. But
Yeah.
I want to know what were your impression, first of all, about the turnout that you saw in Mikud yesterday.
Before I go into that, Spider,
All right.
I want to thank the police officers for a good
yes.
job yesterday.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And so it was good.
I concur. I concur.
I didn't actually go on the surface of the field, but I decided to stay outside of the perimeter so that I can have a panoramic view of the.
Yeah.
And what I saw, Spider, was something out of this world. I couldn't believe that we had so many people on that field. And when you look around the perimeter of the field, there were even more people lining up in the back, enjoying themselves.
Right. And
I suspect it was a good thing that we didn't go to the boulevard.
I was about to
the
make that
boulevard
statement.
would never been able to
Yes.
hold that number of people that we saw there yesterday.
And to think that election has not been called yet, I think that was very impressive. That was massive.
Exactly. It was massive. It was massive.
Yeah.
And the good thing about it is that even on the way down, we met some people, but they conducted themselves well.
Yeah.
And you could see the banter between the persons on the motorcade and the Labour Party people who were lining the street. And I think that was a great situation. And I do hope that it continues
And we must commend St. Lucians for
until
that.
the end of the election.
Yes, we have to commend St. Lucians for that. And so, for you, what would you say was the highlight of yesterday's event for you personally?
Well, the highlight was the presentation of the 17 candidates.
Yeah.
And I must say, Spider, I will not venture to tell you who was my favorite or my second favorite or fourth favorite, because all those candidates were just super. They were just great.
Yeah.
And it just says a lot about the United Workers' Party, a party that was decimated at the last general election.
Yes.
Can encourage that caliber of candidates to join them. It says a lot about our political leader.
Yeah.
And so we have the best team for the election, and I know for a fact that we will bring home the election.
I concur, because let me just say something to you. I'm part of 5 different slits for elections here in St. Lucia. 5.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, that's the most impressive that I have seen. This one assembled by Alan Chasney. This coming election, to my mind, easily the most impressive team that I have seen.
It is. For the few years I've been on this earth and I've participated and looked around as a police officer, overseeing elections and so on, I can tell you, this team is a formidable team. Formidable team.
Very much
and
so.
it happens well for St. Lucia. That even like us and Guy have decided to move away from politics, that we have some good, young, vibrant individuals, both men and women.
The future of the UWP.
It is good
the
that we have that.
The future of the European by extension St. Lucia is safe.
Questioning the 7 things that Alan talked about,
Right.
where the money is going to be given and so on. What I want them to remember is that in 2016 we had the 5 for 5.
Right.
It didn't materialize because we lost the election.
Right.
But this 5 for 5 was so important that you had to bring it back. And I'm happy that he has added 2 more.
Right.
So we should.
Well, yesterday was the 7th. You know.
Yeah, 7, right.
Right. Yeah.
7, we made a promise that we will reduce VAT. And that was done.
Yeah.
So he's going to keep his word that he's going to reduce, take out this 2.5% that we have, go back to the health levy and so on that we talked about. And I know he's going to be doing it. There are a lot of things that we have to do as a party, but we couldn't have just said and done last night.
Right.
But there are a lot of things that you will see that the United Workers' Party will be looking forward to, like legal aid. time limit for prosecution, Freedom of Information Act, parliamentary privileges. You know, politicians deliberately lying
Yeah.
about it and not being made to pay.
Can you
They must
imagine?
pass a law.
I have
that
a
if you
whole
do these
segment.
things, that you will be.
I have a whole
prosecuted.
segment of my show about lies,
Yeah.
and not,
Yeah.
every week I can get lies from the government, you know. You know.
But you see, that's what I'm saying. So if you have legislation like in the United States, if you go and you make a statement, they can bring you before Congress and try you.
Yeah.
This is what has to happen. Because otherwise, politicians will never have a good name.
Yeah.
You know, everybody will accuse each other of doing this and doing that, and we can't prove anything, and your reputation is sullied.
Yeah.
We must stop this thing once and for all.
Okay, but let me put you on the spot now before you go.
Yes.
What is your prediction for the upcoming
prediction?
general election?
Well, I was looking at 13 to 14, you know, but I never money liar.
Yeah.
Because I mean the slate of candidates from ancillary down to Flex, you know, Lady Lee, you know, just fantastic. Laura, just fantastic. And I'm seeing history being going to be made in this election.
I see.
History is going to be made. And persons don't understand that the Labour Party has never won back-to-back elections except in the time of Kenny Anthony. Every time they win, the next election they're going to lose.
Right.
All right?
Right.
So I know for a fact that this time it's time for them to lose again. But how badly will they lose? And that is what the question must be asked.
Right. Well, I mean, I want to thank you very much for sharing with us your insights on yesterday, and you know, thanks for, you know, joining us on Like It Is for tonight.
Anytime, Spider. But I told you, when I got home last night, I was so happy. I slept like a log.
All right.
It was good.
Well, I know
Thank you.
many St. Lucians were happy to know that there is, in fact, a serious alternative to what is taking place right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you, and have a good night.
Yeah, you too, my brother. Take care.
All right, take care. You know, one of the things that struck me last night, I mean, when I saw it out, I thought to myself that perhaps there would be no one watching on social media, that everyone would be present. But when I looked, I saw on Facebook, there was over 1,000 viewers, and on YouTube, there were more than 3,000 viewers. And so that tells me that people, St. Lucians, are tuned in to the United Workers' Party. They are listening and they are following, and there must be something impressive about the United Workers' Party. Why the St. Lucians have locked in to the United Workers' Party and looking to the United Workers' Party for their hope. And as I said to you before, there are many policies that have been enunciated before, but last night we got another 7, and it is my understanding that there are more to come, more to SOS, to Save St. Lucia. I want to welcome another caller. Good evening, caller. Welcome to Like It Is.
Hi, good evening, Spider. How are you?
Yes, and if you don't mind me identifying who you are, this is Lionel Ellis.
Lionel Ellis,
That's
chairman
right.
of Castries North.
Chairman of Castries North. And your candidate was one of the candidates endorsed at the rally last night, among the 5 new candidates to have been officially endorsed. And it was, by all accounts, a great event. But I want your personal impression as to what you thought of the crowd, the crowd that was at the Miku rally yesterday.
First of all, I wouldn't just call him my candidate. I'd call him my fantastic candidate.
Okay.
for Castries North.
Yeah.
But Spider, good evening and good evening to your viewers. It is sad that when you prepare to call your program and to bring out some salient points, that you get down the road about the 5th or 6th caller, and all the other callers have mentioned some of the very points that you want to mention.
Yeah.
But I just want to let you know that I want to compliment the leader of the United Workers' Party and the executive members who took the decision, the very significant and important decision to change the venue from the William Pulley Peter Boulevard
Right.
to a more impressive area for several reasons.
Yeah.
One, it was for the situation of crime in the city this time,
Yeah.
but more so when you see the level of the participation of UWPs and SLP supporters a massive, massive crowd there. You can tell that the security aspect and the support given to the general public was exceptional.
Right.
And that is a very, very important thing. But I want to say, Spider, that the information that the public got at that event was very important for us to remember a few things. Because we've heard a lot of complaints by the St. Lucia Labour Party during the last election about the FFF situation, the
Right.
family, foreigners, and friends.
Right.
But we've seen now, and all St. Lucians have seen what has happened under the leadership of the St. Lucia Labour Party, and especially under the leadership of Philip J. Pierre. So
Right.
we have to realize that they have more foreigners to play with than the UWP ever had.
Right.
Now, the general mood of the people was great. There's no doubt about that. I feel that we have seen the reaction of UWP coming out and supporting their party.
Yeah.
And that is very important, supporting the candidates. The presentation that was made to the public by all the candidates. And we have a very wide cross-section of candidates and very, very outstanding candidates in the first place. Are you with me so far?
Yeah, I'm
Anna?
with you. I'm with you. Yes.
Okay.
And so,
So
but let-
I am overall impressed.
Okay, but let me ask you. I know, you know, obviously your candidate was one of the new candidates endorsed yesterday, and that would have been a big deal for you. But other than that, what stood out at the rally to you? Was there any other highlight for you?
Well, the highlight was the talk among the people. The fact is that the people were really seeing the value of the United Workers' Party come back to life. Come back to life after the defeat by the SLP of 15-2. And they are really outstanding in their support for their party. And that was significantly noticed yesterday. And finally, because I know you're going to ask me about what I think, like you asked the previous caller,
Right.
about my feelings of the outcome of the election.
Definitely, I would put you on the spot and ask you that.
Right. Well, I'm not going to give you a parliamentary figure. I'm not going to give you a 15-2 or 17-0.
Yeah.
I will say that St. Lucians, from what I can tell now on the ground, is that we have at least 70 to 75% of the support of the public of St. Lucia. Now, I will go on record with that figure,
Right.
and I will be proven either right or wrong that we will have an outstanding result at the next general elections whenever Philip J. Pierre dares to call or ring the bell.
All right. Well, thank you so much, caller, for sharing your views. As chairman of the Castries North Constituency Branch, Mr. Lionel Ellis, I do appreciate you sharing your insights on yesterday with us, and we do appreciate, you know, the comments that you made, and thanks for joining us on Like It Is. Have a good night. So, ladies and gentlemen, we just heard from a few people, and I will disclose to you, we heard from Malika Compton first. The lady you heard was Malika Compton, the chairperson of the Castries Central Constituency Branch. You heard young Senator Joshua Harrow, who is a United Workers' Party senator, a very impressive up-and-coming youngster in the party. We heard from Mr. Albert, the chairman of the Mico South Constituency Branch. We heard from Herman Gill Francis, a former Minister of National Security with the United Workers' Party and former candidate for Vieux South. And lastly, you heard Mr. Lionel Ellis, the chairman of the Castries North Constituency Branch. And so I want to thank them for sharing with us their insights, their views. I try to get a wide cross-section as much as possible. But before we take a short break, and when we return, of course, you will have an opportunity to call in for you to tell it like it is. I just want to say, for me, I believe that the United Workers' Party has prepared itself very well. They have put a good team together. And they are showing us that it is not just about politics, but they are preparing themselves to govern, so much so that they are already articulating their plans and policies for the betterment of St. Lucia and St. Lucians. And as I've been told, what was articulated yesterday was just 7 of the many plans, many policies that they have for St. Lucians in making their lives better and improving their lot and their situation. The United Workers' Party changed the, as you know, this rally was originally supposed to have taken place on the 17th of last month, and in the boulevard in Castries, because of the high crime situation and what had occurred on the day before, the Saturday, with the shootings that took place in Castries, as out of caution, out of regard for the safety of the audience who would have attended, they decided, and in respect for the lives that were lost and the families who were mourning and grieving, they decided to postpone the event and decided to go to Micoud because they had security concerns about what is happening in Castries. I'm saying that turned out to be a very good decision, which I supported, but I must say there's an additional reason why it was a good decision, because like I think it was Herman Gill who said it, and Mr. Lionel, the boulevard would not have accommodated that crowd that was in Micoud yesterday. So for that additional reason, it was a good decision to move the rally to Micoud, not to mention how appropriate it was to go to Sir John's territory on the day of the death of the anniversary of his death. We marked 18 years since he has passed. I think that too was fitting, where he was honored, and some of his legacy was highlighted at the program yesterday. Of course, I think it was overall a wonderful production and a very impressive showing by the United Workers' Party. Like I said, quite apart from the massive turnout on social media, there was tremendous interest in terms of viewers who were both on, as far as I know, on Facebook and on YouTube. And besides, we also know too that there was live television broadcasting, and so there were people watching television as well. So I think UWP, you are reaching the homes, and from all indications, you are also reaching the hearts. I think that augurs well, not just for your party, but for St. Lucia. St. Lucia that needs a savior right now, and I think the United Workers' Party, this is it, that they have named their policies 7 to SOS. 7 policies to save our St. Lucia. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will take a short break. I ask you to stay tuned. When we come back, you will have an opportunity to call in and tell it like this. So please stay tuned as we take a short break. We'll be right back.
Looking for the best way to advertise? Searching Hot 7 TV gives you more reach, more impact, and more value. Get your business in front of the right audience and watch your sales soar. Don't miss out. Call 452-6040 today and take advantage of our exclusive advertising packages. Hot 7 TV. Smart advertising. Smart business.
Hot FM, Hot 7 TV with you wherever you go, whether you're in or exploring our 4 corners of the globe. Our app has already been downloaded over half of on Google Play and the Apple Store. To bring you the HD sound, we launched a brand new app. Get it for free in the App Store by simply searching Caribbean Hot FM HD. Listen to us in real time, anywhere, any place, anytime. We've added so many cool new features, like our live in-studio option, where you can see your favorite announcers and is at work. So, app today. It's free. Spread the news. St. Lucia is now in HD around the world on the Hot FM app. So join the fun and stay connected.
From your desk to your lunch table, whether you're on the job or taking a well-deserved break, get the top stories and breaking news all in one place. Join us Monday to Friday at 1 p.m. for Hot 7 Midday News. The latest headlines from St. Lucia and around the region. Stay connected. Stay informed, only on Hot 7 TV.
Did you know that while you're busy with your day, important news is breaking all around you? From politics to weather updates, community stories, and breaking news. Hot TV keeps you informed with news every hour on the hour. Don't wait to hear it secondhand. Stay ahead. Stay informed with Hot 7 TV St. Lucia. News notes on the hour. Stay updated wherever you are. Catch Hot 7 TV St. Lucia's news every hour on the air, on our mobile app, and on our website.
From to your lunch table, whether you're on the job or taking a well-deserved break, get the top stories and breaking news all in one place. Join us Monday to Friday at 12 p.m. for Hot 7 Midday News, bringing you the latest headlines from St. Lucia and around the region. Stay connected, stay informed, only on Hot 7 TV. Looking for the best way to advertise? Stop searching. Hot 7 TV gives you more reach, more impact, and more value. Get your business in front of the right audience and watch your sales soar. Don't miss out. Call 452-6040 today and take advantage of our exclusive advertising packages. Hot 7 TV, smart advertising for smart businesses.
Now you can take Hot FM and Hot 7 with you wherever you go. Whether you're in St. Lucia or four corners of the globe, our record-breaking app has already been downloaded over 1 million times to Google Play and the Apple Store. To bring you the best in HD sound, we launched a brand new app for free in the App Store by simply searching Hot FM HD. To us in real time, anywhere, any place, anytime. We've added so many cool new features, like our live in-studio option, where you can see your favorite announcers and DJs at work. So download the app today. It's free. Spread the news. St. Lucia is now in NG around the world on the Hot FM app. Don't miss out. Join the fun and stay connected.
Desk to your lunch table, whether you're on the job or taking a well-deserved break, get the top stories and breaking news all in one place. Join us Monday to Friday at 12 p.m. for Hot 7 Midday News, bringing you the latest headlines from St. Lucia and around the region. Stay informed, only on Hot 7 TV. Looking for the best way to advertise? Stop searching. Hot 7 TV gives you more reach, more impact, and more value. Get your business in front of the right audience and watch your sales soar. Don't miss out. Call 452-6040 today and take advantage of our exclusive packages. Hot 7 TV, smart advertising for smart businesses.
Now you can take Hot FM, Kiss FM, and Hot 7 TV with you wherever you go. Whether you're in St. Lucia or exploring our four corners of the globe, our record-breaking app has already been downloaded over 500,000 on Google Play and the Apple App Store. To bring you the best HD sound, we've released a brand new app. Get it for free in the App Store by simply searching Hot FM HD. Listen to us in real time, anywhere, any place, anytime. We've added so many cool new features, like our live in-studio option, where you can see your favorite announcers and DJs at work. So download the app today. It's free. Spread the news. St. Lucia is now in HD around the world on the Hot FM app. Don't miss out. Join the fun and stay connected.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to those of you viewing on television, those of you listening on radio, those of you who are following us on live stream, whether on Facebook, YouTube, what have you. Thanks for staying tuned. Thanks for joining us once again for our final segment. And in this final segment, I'll be opening up the lines where you will get an opportunity to call in for you to tell it like it is. But before we begin to take our calls, let me just remind those of you who perhaps have been late and those who were not in Micoud yesterday, quite apart from the 17 candidates who were presented to the general public of St. Lucia, I will just go through the list of candidates, the full slate of 17, and I will also go through the 7 to SOS, the 7 policies to save our St. Lucia that were presented, that were announced by the leader of the opposition, the Honorable Alan Chastanet. So, ladies and gentlemen, just quickly to go through our list of candidates, the 17 candidates: Marcella Johnson for Grosile, Titus Previll for Babono, Stephen Fevrier for Castries North, Rush Clark for Castries Central, Peter Chico for Castries East, Tommy Descat, Castries South, Guy Joseph for Castries Southeast, Dominic Fede, Ancillary Canneries, Herod Stanislas, Soufre Font-Saint-Jacques, Bradley Felix, Swazel Saltibus, Jean-Pierre Noel, Labri Auger, Bradley Marcel Fulgence, Denry North, Benson Emil, Denry South, Elisha Norbert, Micoud North, Kakal, that is Calix Xavier, Vieux-Fort North, Liana Johannes Paul, Lady, Vieux-Fort South, and of course, the political leader is the leader of the opposition, the Honorable Alan Michael Chastanet, who is the candidate and the sitting representative for Micoud South. So that completes the slate of candidates, a full slate, very impressive one at that, and no one can dispute or argue that. That will be the slate doing battle for the hearts of the St. Lucian population with a view to forming the next government, be able to right the wrong and to save our St. Lucia. But before we take our next call, I want to quickly go through the 7 policies to save our St. Lucia, as enunciated by the political leader of the United Workers' Party at the rally yesterday. The 7 policies indicate that a United Workers' Party will: 1, introduce national health insurance coverage for all; 2, reintroduce border control and an expansion of the K9 unit; 3, they will pay pensions to banana farmers who did not pay NIC. And also, the leader of the opposition, the Honorable Alan Chastanet, political leader, also mentioned that there will be a one-time payment to the families of deceased banana farmers as well. Number 4, there will be free tertiary education at the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. There will be the removal of the 2.5% levy. There will also be a dam dredging fee. They will remove the dam dredging fee for residents of the South. And just for those of you wondering what this is about, there's a fee on your water bill that is charged for the dredging of the Roseau Dam. And as you are aware, the Roseau Dam supplies water to the north of the region. People in the South do not benefit in any way from this. And so the United Workers' Party is saying it is unfair for the people of the South to have to pay that fee, and so it will be removed from the bill when the United Workers' Party forms the next government. And finally, they will reduce the gas prices within 30 days of assuming office. So these are the 7 so far, and I was told that you can expect a lot more plans and policies that will unfold as the campaign progresses, so that you can know exactly what it is your incoming government will be doing to alleviate your sufferings, to make your life better, and to build a better country, St. Lucia. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me just quickly indicate to those of you who do not already know, we are opening the lines to you, and you can call in on our landline, which is 4500777, or you can call us on WhatsApp 284-3499. Let me just give you the numbers again. The landline is 4500777, and our WhatsApp number is 284-3499. Please, as I've always said, when you call, make your contribution as brief as possible. Get as many callers as we can. Do we have a caller online already? Yes. Good evening, caller. Welcome to Like It Is. Please go ahead and make your contribution. Tell it like it is. Hello? Hello, caller? Okay, we have lost that caller. Yeah, we apparently have lost that caller. Pardon? So, you have a caller online? Yes. Good evening, caller. Welcome to Like It Is. Yeah. Go ahead and make a contribution, please.
Good night, Father.
Good evening. Go ahead, please.
Well, yesterday I saw.
Go ahead, caller.
Yesterday I saw. Yeah, yesterday I saw y'all a very big crowd in meeting. I was well impressed with that position right now. A UWP opposition, like I know for a fact, UWP can govern, but they can govern, but they cannot oppose. But right now, I see they put themselves in a position that they can oppose and they can govern. And what I want to say to you, the help, when I heard Takal spoke yesterday about the health, I was impressed. Again, the person that helped right now. So long they have this thing at the eye clinic. Up to now, people complaining Musa cannot have operation at the VH. That is very bad. People talking about that. He said, give him a chance. So long, the man cannot do anything about the surgery, about the cataract. Every day giving people wrong time. Coming 4 months, people getting blind in St. Lucia. As that's one of the policies I want you to put. Honestly speaking, correct the wrong. As you have used it, but the fact that it is time for this thing to take the eye surgery. People complaining. This is not right. The man not doing the things that he's supposed to do. You understand? It's really not right. People going blind in St. Lucia. They will not get votes if it's that.
Okay,
you
thank
understand?
you. Yes.
And I want the United Workers Party to put things in place. Help me keep this help in St. Lucia.
Okay, thank you, caller. Thanks for your contribution. Yes. Yes. Thank you very much. The caller is making a very interesting point. The United Workers Party is known for good governance, but not known as a formidable opposition. And I think the very opposite is true for the St. Lucia Labour Party. They are not very impressive when it comes to governance, but of course they are a formidable opposition. I think that's what they do best, oppose. So St. Lucians, you know what to do. Yes, we have a WhatsApp call. Good evening, caller. Welcome to Like It Is. Please go ahead and make your contribution. Tell it like it is.
Yes, good evening, Spider. Good evening to your listeners. You know, Spider, I want to take the opportunity to join the voices before me in congratulating the UWP in the execution of a very successful rally. The turnout I saw there was magnificent, and I can only expect them to get bigger as time progresses. But Spider, I happened to be at the field yesterday at that rally, and I met a cousin of mine who I know normally would follow the SLP. And I was sort of surprised when I saw him, so I asked him if he's not afraid that they would come for him. And his response, to me, really shocked me. He said to me, once they decided to target me, they targeted him as well. And so I want to say to our leaders that the people in this country are not as foolish as they think they are. People are following, they're listening, and they're watching. And even if persons don't talk, they may not talk for various reasons, but it does not mean that they are accepting what is happening. And so I want to, wish you all the best as you go forward, and I hope that the party will be successful. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Thanks for your contribution. And that is the thing. The fear tactics that is being used by the SLP is not working anymore, because people realize and understand that they have a right, and it's a democratic country, and they can take a stand. And what's more, I think people are realizing too that if we all stand together, there's little or nothing that the government can do by way of victimization or anything like that. And the time is drawing nigh, so the handle is in the hand of the people. Do we have another caller? Yes. Good evening, caller. Welcome to Like It Is. Please go ahead and make your contribution. Like It Is.
I'm very interested. One thing I need to tell St. Lucia, please be informed that the United States Party do not make any promises.
Hold on a minute, caller. The line is really, really bad. I'm not making out. We're getting a lot of static, a lot of noise, and I'm not making out what the caller is saying. So if you can... Just a moment, caller.
Can I go ahead now?
Wow. I'm hearing you, but there's a lot of noise in the background. Okay, it's better now. Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me properly now?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. You can go ahead, caller.
Okay, I just need to inform St. Lucia that the United Workers' Party is the party of the wood. Remember, and Al Sharpney has to their life. He executed that, but apparently the mission did not notice of that. And I found it very cognizant of the Labour Party. They said that it was not possible to implement NHI. Essentials were just getting to know what NHI is, National Health Insurance. And I pledge my full support behind Mr. Emil, who is going to be our new minister, and very much savvy, and he has been a public servant, and he has been there. And I'm going to tell Senator, please be reminded that the United Workers' Party is going to execute the 7 at this time, and this is very important to our livelihood, especially the gas, the NHI, all services. Very essential to our benefit. It's going to help our pockets, it's going to help the health sector, it's going to help our food on the table, it's going to help the breadwinners of the home, and that's the only way St. Lucia is going to get a revamp to come back and be all St. Lucia, because right now there, we have nothing to base upon. Now, the South is empty. Mr. Sharpney had plans to develop when all the government had neglected the South. And we saw it for ourselves. We did not get the airport. Hospital is in limbo. I was told that the World Health Organization failed the old building, and with shame and contempt, refused to give us a state-of-the-art building just because they think that United Workers are too nice. So if United Workers are going to be looked nice, for the people, if we were to have a catastrophe in the South now, where would you have those ICs? So we put together Kushi Burko in Port, they move it to Korea. We need another hotel, we need resorts in the South, we need stuff to come to St. Lucia, and they said they don't want 6.5 hours drive south, but they want to go to the west, they would like to sit
his support is going to be 95, 100% offset. So, St. Lucians, please be informed that the gentleman asked you to watch your brain. Now you have to watch your pocket, your livelihood, or health, and 20 is it. This is my contribution.
All right, thank you very much, caller. Thanks for your contribution. And so far we are getting some positive calls for the United Workers' Party. And I believe, what has happened is that the Labour Party has based too much of their politics on lies and deceit. And that can only carry you for so long and can only carry you so far. And now it is being laid bare. People are realizing and learning for themselves, and people are not going to fall for the same bluff twice. Say, for example, this situation with Stephenson King and so on. People fully understand what is going on now, and they will not fall for the same trick twice. I think we have a caller online. Good evening, caller. Welcome to Like It Is. Please go ahead and make your contribution. Tell it like it is.
Yes, good evening, Brother Spider, and how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, how are you?
Yes, sir, I am calling you from North America, and I want you to know that I was watching, the program last evening, and I am very much impressed with what I saw there. I can see our people are beginning to understand what is going on and what needs to be done in Lucia to get rid of these people who are destroying our country, I have been doing my part. I have been doing my little conversing out here and making sure I contact all my friends, whether they are in England, in the US, in Canada, and even also in St. Lucia, just to let them know that we need to get ourselves ready and prepared so that we will come down to St. Lucia and then lend our help in hand to make sure that we support the United Workers' Party so that we can win that next election. And I'm very much also impressed with the 7 points that you have already outlined out there. These are very good points. We already had some of them before, and those guys come out and remove them. So I want our St. Lucians to understand that enough is enough. We have already seen these people have no intention to do anything to help us in St. Lucia, and then we need to get rid of them once and for all, my brother. So keep up the good work. We are out supporting you guys in whatever way that we can. And we want to see victory for St. Lucia. And I personally, I have let everyone know, get your ID cards prepared, because these people, they will look for every reason to try to prevent us from being able to vote. So make sure that all our ID cards are up to date and ready to go. And Spider, keep up the good work, my brother. I am very much impressed with you as well. You are doing a very good job out there. Just keep it up, and remember, even though we are not in St. Lucia, but we are supporting you guys 100%, because St. Lucia is our land and we want to see good things happen to our land. Okay, my brother?
All right, thank you very much, caller. I do appreciate it. And let me just say, we do appreciate those of you St. Lucians who are in the diaspora paying such keen attention to what is going on, showing an interest in what is going on, and showing your love for your country. We do appreciate that. Thanks for your call. Do we have another caller waiting? Yes, we won't keep you waiting any longer. Sorry about the wait, caller. Welcome to Like It Is. Go ahead and make your contribution, please.
Good night, Spider.
Good night.
Spider, I just want to get some clarification. I just like to get some clarification with regard to the SAF.
You want to get some participation, you said?
Clarification, and I want to get, this is not still unemployed.
I'm not
the
making
last time that they were power.
Hold on, caller. Hold on, caller. Hold on a little while. I'm not hearing the caller clearly, so I don't know if you can make some adjustments. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't hearing that caller clearly. I don't. Do we have another caller? Yes, caller, good evening. WhatsApp call, good evening. Welcome to Like It Is. Go ahead and make a contribution, please.
Good evening,
Hello,
Spider.
caller.
Good evening.
Yes,
Can
good
you hear
evening.
me? Spider, I want to say to you that I was very impressed with the St. Lucian public, the supporters and members of the United Workers' Party. I walked around the grounds yesterday evening, that massive ground. I walked around this entire field and onto the road, meeting with the supporters, talking to them. And you know what really impressed me is the elderly, people in wheelchairs, people with walking sticks. people who had people to assist them, and those people found themselves on the field. I was impressed with the number of young people, even if the majority of them were at the front of the stage and by the road. I had to find myself in the middle and asking them questions on how they felt and get the impression. I wanted to feel the people. This I saw on somebody sent me something saying AI. This was AI crowd. My goodness, they should have been there on the ground and walking those grounds that took me over an hour to walk the ground, speaking to people, and to go on the road. I am extremely proud of the supporters of the United Workers' Party that came out, the solutions that want to join the United Workers' Party, the solutions that want to remove the SLP off their backs, the solutions that are saying enough is enough, the solutions who want to right the wrong, the solutions who didn't come out and vote last but decided that it's time that they showed themselves. I was in tears when I stood up on that stage and I looked across and saw the massive sea of people. Spider, I am just proud of our team, proud of my political leader, proud of you. You don't know how proud I am of you and the work that you're doing. Continue to stand strong. I call you, I dub you our avenging angel. We are going to make it because people have showed you all last night. If you all did not believe that your efforts and what you all are doing is loved and supported by the people, last night the people showed you all in no uncertain terms that they were ready to stand with the United Workers' Party for St. Lucia. Thank you. Good evening.
Thank you, caller. Thank you for your contribution, and thank you for all the good wishes. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, at the end of the day, it is our civic duty to come out and take a stand and do what we think is best for our country. I think we have a caller online. Good evening, caller. Welcome to Like It Is. Please go ahead and make your contribution. Tell it like it is.
Hi, good night, Spider, and good night to Wider Conclusion.
Good evening, sir.
Spider, for me, last night was very emotional because being from Miku, I remember years ago, Sir John had a very massive rally on that same field, but the stage was closer to the secondary school. And that is for the first time the song that everything I do for you. And so John for that rally that particular year. Now, last night, it reminded me also of the hard work that a lot of farmers have done and were the foot soldiers of Sir John in Maho. And I think one of the points, the 7 points of having attention for all the gentlemen and women at that particular stage is very people. Because these are people that worked hard, they were dedicated, they were loyal, believed in their family, believed in their party, and worked hard for St. Lucia. I mean, many other institutions were built on the back of banana farmers, and I think it is fitting that today they should have a pension plan. The other thing that I'm interested in is the national health insurance. Many St. Lucians are suffering because they cannot afford to pay health care bills. I mean, cancer patients, various other illnesses, people on dialysis, people who have to go for physiotherapy, people who have the children who are ill, diabetic complications, and having a health insurance, a national health insurance is something that we should have had from yesterday. So the one of the highlights of that meeting last night were the 7 points, SOS points for liberating moving forward. one of the other things I think that we needed to look at was housing, and I think housing is a very, very important issue in St. Lucia, especially in the inner city of Castries, that is creating a serious problem for not only health issues, but security and otherwise. So housing and security and health are very, very important to me, and I think they're very essential to me at last night.
All right, thank you, caller. Thanks for your contribution. And I'm sure that, quite apart from those policies that were articulated yesterday, as I've told you before, you will be hearing more and more being rolled out as the campaign unfolds. We have another caller online. Good evening. Welcome to Like It Is. Please go ahead and make your contribution. Tell it like it is.
Good night, Spider. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
I am impressed with what I saw yesterday, and we should send a message to the Labour Party. We have a yellow wave coming, and they better step aside, and we have to import or instill some discipline in this country once more again. I like the 7 disciplines. I like the dogs. I like the health. Oh, I love everything. And I think people thought Alan Shastri would not be able to carry this thing, and he has surprised them. He is a master to put together people of quality and decency. It's a man of vision that does that. And Spider, I am saying all is well for us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your contribution, caller. Thanks, we do appreciate you calling in. Is there another caller online? Yes, good evening. The calls are coming in rapidly. Good evening, caller. Welcome to Like It Is. Go ahead and make your contribution, please.
Good evening, Spider. Good evening, Spider.
Yes, sir.
Spider, I'd just like to ask you a question. Spider?
Yes, hello? That's a WhatsApp call? Yeah, go ahead, please, caller. Okay, we lost the caller. Yeah, so you're going to try to call back, caller, because the call apparently dropped. Do we have another caller as yet? Okay, so many people are talking about how impressive the crowd was. Some people are talking about the 7 to SOS, that is the 7 policies to save our St. Lucia. And some people are talking about the team and so on. Yes, caller, good evening. Welcome to Like It Is. Please go ahead and make your contribution. Tell it like it is.
Spider, I want to point out something here.
Yes, sir.
I know there was a massive crowd on all of this. I think what I'm taking from this is for Alan now to go and insert himself in the parliament, that he has people behind him. Because of all the ridicule that has happened, now is the time, if there are policies and things that he don't like, he has the people behind him to bring them out to the streets and first what is wrong in this country. If we just stay and sit back and we don't do what needed to be, sometimes you have to push people for them to do what is needed to be done. You get me, Spider?
I get you. I see where you're coming from. So you're saying even if he doesn't have the numbers in Parliament, he has the numbers out there with him.
He has the numbers now to show. Because, I mean, I have been in this thing from 1982. I was on the other side. We didn't have the numbers, but when we came out, we speak out and we make the ground shake for people to listen. And the Labour Party has ridiculed him for the last 3.5 years. If that's what you call a demonstration, or we'll bring people to demonstrate for you. I think yesterday showed, because this is what not an event where we mobilize in a big magnitude. There was limitation, there was all of that, and say bring this, and that happened. Now he needs now to assert himself and let St. Lucia know this nonsense has to stop. I don't get sensational. I've seen crowds, I've seen motorcades in my short stand here. I've been around for a long time. I see George did it under PLP. And when Compton, he made a simple mistake and Compton used forward ever, backward never. We now cannot afford a mistake. We now cannot get complacent and think that we have made it. That's just a start. There's nothing to be all jubilant about. The focus must remain. The focus must remain. Keep the message and let the people know that if we need you to come out, you need to come out. What we have done in the past and now to show, look, you must listen to what the people are saying, or these people will come and prove you wrong. That is the message in all of that. So the information he's looking for, they don't want to. Now the CIP thing, they must take him serious. They must give St. Lucians what Aaron is asking. Because what I saw yesterday, I'm saying to you again, I was around Labour Party, I've seen crowd. But I see crowd when things get into high gear. What I see yesterday, that's just the surface. There is a problem ahead. So now is the time for us to shake this country. He has passed laws for criminality. Now he needs to go in and insist. Tell us what we need to know. Let's do what we have to do, or the people will take the street. I thank you. That's all I'll say tonight. But I have a lot to say. I like GPH. Now he needs to push them for answers from GPH. Now, I've seen Richard Stayback say Festad was a quiff chair. 80-20 until Festad get all the money. And then the land goes back to the government and they sell it at the price and make the rest. GPS is not a quiff chair. GPH is doing it to you with no Vaseline. No Vaseline. Somebody has been rewarded. People have been rewarded, and I don't care. People have been rewarded, and we need to follow that trail. There are cousins involved, there are relations involved. We need to get it and get it right. Thank you tonight.
Thank you very much. A very passionate there. And if I hear you clearly, caller, the UWP saying that it is ready, but you're saying the people are even more ready. Anyway, can we take one more call? No, okay, I think we have run out of time. So let me take this opportunity, first of all, before I end, to say a very heartfelt thank you to the people of St. Lucia, not just the United Workers' Party supporters, but the people of St. Lucia who turned out yesterday and made that rally the massive success that it was. We thank all of you who are tuning in via social media, whether on YouTube, Facebook, or otherwise, those of you who watch on television. We thank you for your participation and your interest, and we thank you for taking a stand and aligning yourself with what hopes there are for the future. The United Workers' Party has presented itself as a viable alternative, as a government in waiting, and we hope that you will continue and go right through with the United Workers' Party until the job is done and that we save our St. Lucia. As the time goes by and the campaign unfolds, like I told you, you will be getting many more plans, more policies to save our St. Lucia. I want to thank those of you who joined me tonight. I want to thank all of you who called in and contributed to the program, those of you who are watching on television, those of you who are listening on radio, those of you who are following us via live stream, those of you who are on Caribbean Hot 7 app, and those of you who for the first time joined us on YouTube tonight. We want to thank all of you for participating, for tuning in, and we ask you to join us tomorrow morning for a press briefing, our weekly press briefing, the United Workers' Party, from about 10 o'clock. Join us on Thursday for another episode of Meet the Opposition, and on Sunday we will be in Ancillary. I am not sure if it is a live or a public meeting, but for sure we will be in Ancillary on Sunday. So we ask you to keep tuning in, stay tuned to us, and this is where you will get the discussions of situations and the truth about matters that are interest and pertinence to you, the people of St. Lucia. I want to thank you and have a very good night. Thanks for being with us on Like It Is. Good night.
The opinions expressed on this TV program by the hosts, guests, and callers are solely their opinions and responsibility. They do not necessarily represent the views and opinions of Hot 7 TV or its affiliates.
Hot 7 TV is the rising star of television in St. Lucia with our stunning 100% HD quality. Fresh, exciting programming, including a balanced, professional newscast. We are now